Chapter 5 The Enchanted Kingdom. Behind us was that wooden door to the earthly world underneath the beach at the edge of America. But ahead, there was a magnificent tunnel beside flowing water with a pathway of moss by which we were led. Why would you go out into the earthly world? Now the mermaid had a smirk, as if something cheeky was on her mind. Well, what is it? I needed to find a peaceful place where I could make plans for our future, said the mermaid. But why? Because the seamstress is wild, said the mermaid. Now the mermaid began to swim with the creek's current as she led us forward, and there Krishna wore the cap and bells as he began to prance and chant out to God. Hey, where are we going? You must visit the mystic, who will grant you a divine ticket, since the only souls who find this place are in search of a worthy purpose. Only after you've given it all away, or had it all taken from you, can you find this door. Why, I myself get curious of the relative world, and that's why I came all this way to plan for our future, said the mermaid. What type of future? One where the earth monsters and the whore of Babylon don't dominate the earth reality. I sure miss the earth forests, but earth is a difficult place for a wild mermaid to live. With all the roads and golf courses being completed, it's almost impossible for a wild creature to persist. Rather, fellow creatures get run over by cars or die of starvation. Did you know that you and I are a lot alike? Only after we faced our greatest challenges could we find the magical portal, said the mystical mermaid. And what did you say about the divine ticket? You said we each have a purpose. Well, of course. I'll take you to the king of the underground kingdom, and he'll give you a ticket with instructions on what your soul is here to do. No ticket has ever been wrong, because the ticket is actually a manifestation of the unique energy embedded within you, said the mermaid. And what is the underground kingdom you speak of? The underground kingdom is a parallel reality, and it was sewn together by the seamstress before you went off into the worldly existence. Unlike the earth, we are not merely surviving, but rather all beings, spirits, and souls live in harmony as we are united and thriving. We have our own unique objective, which allows us to live with a divine purpose. And because of this, we each have our own system of spiritual habits, which lead our spirit to be of service. There is such great joy when a soul learns to be of service. This is where the purest fulfillment is found. Whereas on the surface of the earth, people live to consume for themselves, but this only pulls the soul down. Here in the underground, we are freed because we do not cling to the outcome of our own desires, but rather, the more we offer up in service of our purpose, the more we benefit all others. Our underground kingdom flourishes, but there is a little problem, which is why I came to the edge of America to consider our future. This parallel reality, which is our underground world, is intimately tied to life upon the surface. If the surface were to go extinct, then we also perish. Oh, the seamstress threads everything together, and we are so thankful to have you back. Surely this time we will heal the other half, said the mermaid. What halves? Both poles of realities, the seen and the unseen, above and below. Why, we must unite the surface with the law of love, so that all of us can exist peacefully in divine and human harmony, said the mermaid. All the while, there was such radiance that came out from this joyful Krishna. He would skip and hop beside the mermaid with that silly cap and bells drooped over his little head. And nothing stopped this young Krishna from making the most of every moment. It was pure bliss seeing Krishna so joyful, because he made all of our lives a bit lighter. Maybe it is a child who cures our heart so quickly, and up on the surface, they are desperately in need of a remedy for that sickness of seriousness. Krishna began to march as if he knew the way. And was Krishna a little boy or a little girl? And once the corridor opened, many astounding creatures came forth, and these were various embodied souls that had been written about in all sorts of folklore. Yet, I'd never seen them before. And as I counted them, there were 24. They were so rare, and had these souls been banished, disappeared, or gone extinct on the surface? Why, I've never seen these creatures. Why are they hiding down here? The way the parallel reality works is that there is a harmonious balance, and that is why God is a God of peace. Even if a species goes extinct on the surface, the spirit lives on in a parallel plane of existence. Why do you think the humans speak so much about unicorns and dragons? It's because they used to exist before they were killed off. And down here, we welcome all sorts of unusual beings as we live in the heart of loving awareness, said the mermaid. And what's that creature? I've never seen such a wild-looking deer in all my life. It's a snaffus, the old albino deer from the Ozarks. It has supernatural powers, but it is not dangerous. Some say it can jump to treetops with ease, and that's because it's part owl. I know the wings are great to look at, but don't forget to notice the flowers growing out from its antlers, said sweet baby Krishna. And what's that one? Oh, the Tripodero? Yes, notice its little body with the 2 telescopic legs. It's a type of kangaroo, but its legs can collapse or extend at will. It can graze over the brush or easily crawl through the undergrowth. And look at its face. It's almost all nose. And that's because it's got a storage pouch in the back of its jaw, said sweet baby Krishna. And that one must be related to a horse. It's a Naikur, which is a type of water horse. You'll never believe it, but they fear nothing, not even crocodiles, said sweet baby Krishna. And that one looks like a horned rabbit. It's a Wolfertinger. It's got fangs, wings, and a deer's antlers, all on the body of a rabbit. It's very loving, but also not someone you'd want to mess with. But they do make nice pets if you feed them apples, said Krishna. And is that one related to a type of turtle? You mean the moa moa? Yeah, it's a danger turtle. First called the monster turtlefish, the moa moa can grow to 30 feet long with its enormous dome-shaped body, a long neck, and a 12-foot tail. It likes to eat baby alligators and hippos on the surface, said sweet baby Krishna. Oh my lord, that looks like a giant bat. Oh, that's an albur, and in the darkness, it can glow like an electric fire. Nothing to worry about, as it attacks bugs because it doesn't eat mammals, said sweet baby Krishna. I'm afraid I don't understand this place. What's going on down here in the underground kingdom? Now the mermaid got a little somber before she spoke. It's a spiritual safe haven, because anyone down here is among the ones who were killed off. All these beings in the underground live with peace and joy, but it would also be nice if someday we could make it back up to the surface, said the mermaid. Hey, don't step on the namagumi. It may look like a carpet fish, but that doesn't mean it's a doormat. It behaves like a bottom feeder, except they eat bugs and crabs on grass and beaches, said sweet baby Krishna. Now as sweet baby Krishna marched through the corridor, she seemed to garner all sorts of attention. Why, all these mystical creatures of the ancient folklore began whispering quiet messages. But what were they saying? "The seamstress is wild," said one of the 24. Now a bee-like mosquito buzzed around my ear when I heard them bustling around. "Spread the word, the seamstress is home," it said. And so the 24 creatures began to circle around little Krishna, who wore the cap and bells. And there in the distance, I saw the beginning of the Enchanted Kingdom. "Welcome home," said the mermaid. "Who lives in that castle?" "We all do," she said. "Certainly a king must live in the tower up high." "Not even close. The king offers up the best room for the creatures who have suffered the most. And so, the king of the underground kingdom sleeps outside." "Why, there he is now. He's out front," said the mermaid. "Outside? You cannot be serious. What kind of king is he?" "Our king is the most humble. He is a true servant of his people," said the mermaid. All the 24 creatures surrounded sweet baby Krishna with gifts and offerings, while the mermaid and I went to the entrance of the Enchanted Kingdom. And as she waited in the moat, I read the giant sign that said, "Welcome to the world of the Enchanted Kingdom, where fantasy, romance, and adventure come to life in this stunning collection of spiritual lessons. Within this underground society, you'll find an elegant assortment of versatile elements for all varieties of species. So whatever you enjoy, be it crafting, creating, lounging, building, or even napping, there is something here for you. Feel free to make yourself at home. Or if you're in need of a purpose, visit the king for a divine ticket. He will lead you to your soul's deepest fulfillment. Within our castle, you'll discover intricate patterns of flowers, secret rooms, knights, and other whimsical beings who are both mysterious beasts as well as charming gentle ones. Together, we live by our motto, happy living. May the beauty of the Enchanted Kingdom lead you to unexpected creativity. Below the sign were the remains of a human skeleton, and this being seemed to have died a long time ago. Its skull rested on the top of an armored suit that had been shot 3 times with arrows. All the while, the skeleton's hand still held a great blade. "Meet our king," said the mermaid. Now the skeleton rose up to its feet, but he had no eyes when he spoke. "Welcome home," said the king. "You're alive?" "Of course. And the last ticket I gave you? Well, I'm a bit amazed you actually pulled it off," said the king of the Enchanted Kingdom. He gave me a big hug and welcomed the mermaid and I in, while she swam under the gate as we walked through, where I found the most wonderful aspect of the world as we were led into the hanging gardens. "It's remarkable. Who made this?" "We all did. All of us." "And what happened to you up there on the Earth's surface? With all you've done, you must be world famous," said the king. "Not quite. I'm not even sure how to explain it, but I may have died on the surface." "Died from what?" asked the king. "I think I took myself too serious." "Oh, that sounds like a nuisance. A fool like you should have embraced the cure of playfulness. Come on, it's the one thing you mustn't forget when you get sent up to the surface," said the king. "Well, life isn't as easy as it sounds, but rather, the Earth's surface is overrun with corruption. The human species has grown at an exponential rate due to their improvements in technology, and I fear that they've become quite ignorant from it." "And did you see her?" asked the king. "Who?" "My daughter, the whore of Babylon. Why, the last time I sent her up to the surface, she was such a good girl. But word on the street is that she's become a whore, which is the reason she never returned. That was over 3,000 years ago. and I've sent messengers up to keep tabs. As far as I know, she's seduced the most powerful men in the world and turned honorable kings into horny men. They all crave her because she's mastered the art of seduction. And now I fear that the world is at a critical point as they face the extinction of the honorable man and woman. The whore of Babylon turns many good girls into sex workers, and she convinces women to sell their bodies into pornography. So many potential mothers prefer to become sluts to earn more money. And of course, this takes a toll on the masculine aspect of society. Oh, I'm afraid I gave my daughter too much power without having her focus on her truest purpose. I only wanted to see my daughter succeed, and it's the only time I ever altered a divine ticket, said the king. What do you mean, altered a divine ticket? Each divine ticket comes with the direction of a soul's truest purpose. But when it came to my daughter, she pleaded and begged that I let her pick her own fate, and now I regret all of it. The king paused. But I think the divine just sent us a way to fix it. The king smiled at the mermaid, who winked right back. And what's that? Okay, it's time for your next divine ticket, said the king. Now the king led us into a kitchen where all sorts of chefs curated endless meals for souls and mythical animals that roamed the enchanted kingdom. Next, the king rang a small bell before everyone stopped and peered over. The enchanted land was filled with oohs and ahs as a servant brought forth a bowl filled with fortune cookies. You cannot be serious. This is what you call a divine ticket? Never has a single fortune been wrong in anyone's life, except for that one time I told my daughter she could write her own fate, and that's my only mistake. Otherwise, God always gets it perfect. Well, come on, pick your divine ticket, said the mermaid. And so I reached in, but before I could even pick a fortune, it seemed that my hand knocked one out from the top as it nearly jumped out at me. Seems auspicious, said the king. As I opened the cookie, it felt as if everyone nearby leaned over, and that's when I read it out loud. Believe in miracles. Well, it makes sense, but that's only the fortune. Your purpose must be on the other side, said the king. When I turned the fortune over, the paper was blank, but then after another moment, words arose as if a distant hand scribbled something, and so it stated, Become ever radiant. Become all that you are meant to be. Do not be swayed by sorrow or joy. Seek no selfish ends, and bring the Holy Grail forth to humanity. You will become powerful beyond measure, as you will be freed from fear. Thus you can remain undisturbed amidst misery. Go on and remove the whore of Babylon from her tower of power, where she will devour the earth monsters. You and the mermaid will take your rightful place of authority to protect, support, and uphold justice over the earth society. Unite that which is below with that which is above. Transform the circus of corruption into a land of love. A land of love! Brilliant, said the mermaid. And so you are called to remove my daughter from the palace where she will no longer be a whore. You are meant for this purpose. Oh, what a great duty you have been called for, said the king. Are you sure this is right? Who's really in charge here? The king was shocked. Why, of course, it's God, said the king. Then let me speak to him, or her. I want to see who wrote these words. Okay, so you want a meeting with God. It shall be arranged. We have God's private quarters reserved in the highest room, in the highest tower, as it is always available for those who seek God's guidance. You will go there now," said the king.